Alan and I just went and saw the 2018 version of The Grinch.
Yeah, the Illumination.
Brought to us by Illumination.
Right.
And Universal.
Yeah, I think
a Comcast company.
Yeah.
So, Alan, what did you think?
What did I think? Yeah. I think it's a lot better than the Nutcracker, for sure.
It was a lot better than the Nutcracker. It was, I would say, is definitely family friendly.
Yeah.
Kids would love it.
Yeah.
There's no reason that adults won't find some cute stuff in it.
I found a lot of humor in it. There are little bits in here.
There's little bits of humor. Max the dog was adorable the whole way through. Oh, exit this one. Would I recommend it to just a couple adults like us? Maybe not so much.
I mean,
you know,
if you're
into
the Grinch, I would watch it. It's very sarcastic. I mean, listen,
like me. If I had to choose between this and Jim Carrey's version, I would choose Jim Carrey's version. Yeah,
that's definitely what's gonna be like compared against.
Yeah,
because like we all grew up watching that version, you know. That was our Grinch, so that's always gonna be in the shadows. But I think this one is okay for an animated movie. They could do more. I felt like more wackiness with the inventions and the gadgets they have.
And yet somehow I felt that Jim Carrey's Grinch was more mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. He was really mean. This one is just kind of like a sarcastic douchebag. Like, he wasn't too mean.
Right. I mean, right from the bat, he shows that he cares about Max and all this stuff.
Right.
Even though the one thing I'd say is that I don't completely agree with how they show the dynamic between Max and the Grinch for most of the movie.
Yeah.
Because kids watching it won't understand the difference between right and wrong in the ways that Max is kind of like the Grinch's slave.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he literally like sits there with his mouth open so that the Grinch can use his tongue as like a moistener for his finger.
Right.
You know, it's just stuff like that I kind of like. While I understood in the movie sense,
I kind of like, you know, he was more of a character.
No, Max was a total character.
Because in the other one, it's just like kind of like a prop.
Yes, true.
But of course, like in the Grinch, Jim Carrey one, that Cindy Lou, it centers more around her.
Right.
This one is like actually about the Grinch, and then Cindy Lou has her own like side story. But,
yeah, and they did go into his background a little bit. I guess we can say spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Grinch, so it's
like, you know, he steals Christmas.
Yeah, the story is the story. It doesn't change much, but like we understand some of. I mean, I feel like they did that in Jim Carrey's Grinch too, where they had him as a kid.
Yeah, that one, it was like he was spurned by some girl. That's why he was pissed off.
And in this one, it's literally he was just in a bad orphanage.
He was just in an orphanage all by himself.
He was like the one kid in the orphanage, but there's no adults there either.
Yeah, and nobody celebrated or made him feel better.
I feel like if there were adults taking care of him in the orphanage, they would have given him a Christmas.
What's kind of ridiculous is that, like, the town is so sacred and sweet, but yet their orphanage is like the worst orphanage ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Especially with only one kid.
You know.
Like, you know, you think they would have helped that one kid be included in stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet somehow everyone goes about their business and leaves this kid looking sad all by himself.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know.
It's just like, okay. Just to make the story make sense, I guess.
Right. So I guess bottom line, would I recommend it at like a full price ticket? I'd say no.
No?
I'd say if
you have kids.
If you have kids,
do it.
Go, yeah. If you have kids, your kids will love it.
If you're gonna see a Christmas movie like on Thanksgiving or Christmas break, I would take them to this, not to the Nutcracker.
So anyways, let's move on now. We can talk about some trailers.
Oh yeah.
I took a list. We got there a couple minutes late, so I don't know if we missed any. There were still 22 minutes of trailers after we got there, let alone before.
That's a lot.
But the first one that was going when we walked in was Spies in Disguise.
Oh yeah.
which is an animated, 3D animated film from Blue Sky, which I think is the Angry Birds company.
Yeah.
And it's starring Will Smith.
Yeah.
Who, so I guess, because we got in, the trailer was kind of almost done. But from what I gathered is Will Smith is a secret agent who somehow turns himself into a bird.
Yeah, I've seen it from the trailer before. He's like the top agent, but they turn him into a bird because that makes him a better spy, because nobody's going to suspect the bird.
That totally makes sense. But yeah, so we didn't see much of the trailer, but there was one funny bit where I guess he's like in the house that he's in, and the guy says like, "Look at me," and he's like, "I cannot look at you," and then they show from a bird's eye view. He's like, "I can see my butt and you at the same time," because of the way that the bird's eyes have that kind of like, 180 degree vision. So that was kind of cute. The next one was Spider-Man Multiverse.
Heck yeah.
It was a different trailer than I'd seen. Spider-Verse. It was a different trailer than I'd seen before. We're on the freeway. I should turn this off. We're gonna be in the dark now. It was a different trailer than I'd seen before, but I thought it looked better than what I'd seen in the past.
And I've been enjoying it so far. I love that storyline in the comic books.
Yeah, but the Venom teaser was not the best.
I mean, it was just part extended from the film.
I guess.
It's just that one.
Yeah, the one scene that they showed though was kind of, I don't know, seemed a little too silly. But this trailer was better. Anyways, next up was a small like ad for Instant Family to like buy your tickets now. I don't know how I feel about that movie. It's Mark Wahlberg, so it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Next up was another trailer for Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, I want to see it. Just because like they did the classic 80s design.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I want to see what they do and add to that. But I really hate Transformers. Like not the show, but like the
way that the route they've gone down, like the path.
Like the first one, alright, but like so far, like all the other ones are like, oh god.
Well, let's just say, I mean, I've seen some videos online where how each Transformers movie has destroyed the retcon of the previous movies.
That's true. But yeah,
which basically means that they don't give a shit about
and this one looks like it's
world building.
This one is gonna ruin everything.
Right? Because now it's like in the past.
Everything.
Yeah. Next up was another trailer for Grindelwald.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, you know what? That movie is definitely growing on me. Cynthia told me not to worry about, my girlfriend told me not to bother watching the first one again. So I guess that means that she wasn't much of a fan of it.
Oh.
Which again, like I was telling Alan, I didn't really find it particularly enjoying either on first watch. But I'm gonna rewatch it.
I recently rewatched all the Harry Potter films and that one, so I'm pretty excited to watch this one.
Yeah. So like I want to rewatch it just to see what it to give it another shot, to give me like a refreshed idea of who these characters are before the next one comes out, the second one. Next up was a teaser trailer for Secret Life of Pets 2, which isn't coming out till June, but because that's also an Illumination film, I guess they really felt they had to tease it before this movie.
The other day, but I just thought it was like some PSA about the vet.
You know what though? It was pretty.
I didn't see the whole thing.
I thought it was cute. I thought the
I had to sit through the first one kind of in a classroom I was in. At work, and I didn't really care for it. It was.
Listen, I'm not.
And then I'm wondering where, because they have another dog character that lives with it. I wonder what happened to that character for that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't in the trailer. The bigger dog.
Because they're at the vet.
Okay, but I mean, like, he's not anywhere in the teaser house. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So I think if they did, I don't know if they've got enough really to do another movie out of that.
Right.
But if they did like a short film before a different movie, I could see that being enjoyable. Like that vet scene was cute with all the different animals and the different, like, you know, the hamsters.
Well,
like, I run, and when I exit the wheel, I haven't gone anywhere.
The Illumination thing at the beginning of Grinch.
Oh yeah.
Now has the rabbit from Secret Life of Pets. Like,
that was cringe.
Because it has the minion, which of course, yeah, sure, you have your minions. That's your big call to fame. But then not a rabbit. I'm like,
they're basically trying to say, like,
this is our biggest call to
right?
fame.
Secret Life of Pets is such a big deal now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like when you pick up Shrek and you pick up Mario, maybe you can use them. Who cares about the damn rabbit?
And then the last trailer was How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World.
Yeah,
which is the culminating How to Train Your Dragon film. I assume they're gonna be wrapping up the story. I was disappointed that this trailer went further than the ones I'd seen before with revealing the storyline. Especially when they show that scene of them like he does exist and he does look like a king. It's like a whole thing. It's like, oh well, thank you. Now we know they're gonna make it there in the end of the movie.
I guess.
Unless it was
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Alan hasn't seen any of the How to Train Your Dragons. I honestly, I don't know how I've seen them, but I think I have seen them all. They may have been like I went and saw them at the discount theater when it was cheap and I had nothing else to do on that night or something.
Right.
I definitely didn't go spend full price on any of it.
Right.
Last topic I just want to touch on real quick is Alan, when the trailers are going, was on his phone and he saw about the Disney Plus service.
Yeah.
And I saw it announced today. I saw a thing that popped up on my phone. Disney announces their streaming service, but I didn't look any further, so I'm kind of curious for Alan to explain to me and anybody that watches this kind of what we can expect if he knows.
So the Disney Plus service, I think they're going to price it competitively to Netflix, like cheaper. Then they're going to
well, I mean, but Netflix is like $10 a month.
I think, yeah, but it's cheaper. It's going to have like exclusive like Marvel shows, like with that characters in the movies.
I did see something online where
they're supposed to do like a Captain Falcon and Bucky TV show.
Oh wow!
Like, well, not Captain Falcon.
Do you think there's anything that any truth to what I was seeing online about how Netflix is kind of canceling off their Marvel shows?
It could be it.
And
I think they have like the Jessica Jones season 3 and Punisher season 2.
Right.
That's already in production, and they might not renew anything else.
Well, they haven't. They've already announced that
like
Luke Cage.
Well, those for sure, but they haven't announced anything about Daredevil. You know, Daredevil has been doing.
Yeah. But like, it's kind of like, you know, is there some writing on the wall here that maybe because Disney, a lot of their movies have been taken off of Netflix as well.
Right.
There's that whole big, all of the Disney movies are available.
Yeah.
And now most of them aren't.
Disney Plus, they're gonna be having Disney movies, old TV shows, and then they're also gonna have.
Do you think they're gonna have the Disney Channel
have like
movies? Do you think they're gonna have the Disney Channel movies?
Oh yeah, they'll have Hound for sure. But they are gonna have 2 Star Wars series. They're gonna have The Mandalorian.
Oh, I have seen some stuff.
And they're gonna have a prequel to Rogue One with starring Diego Luna.
Who's Diego Luna?
The guy, the Hispanic guy in Rogue One, the spy.
Oh, the one who shoots his friend in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler warning.
Yeah, for the first.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna do a Rogue One prequel.
Interesting.
You know, that's the only way you can take it. You can't do a sequel.
Right, that's true. So
based off of his character.
So I can see a lot of people who are still, you know, caught up in the Disney hype or the Star Wars hype, saying for how X number of dollars a month I'll subscribe
and I think
to get this content.
Also have Clone Wars, another season of Clone Wars on there. They'll probably have all.
So let me ask you, Alan, do you plan to unsubscribe?
Yeah, I'm totally down to subscribe. Like DC doesn't have anything.
Right.
Right now, so that's why I haven't gotten DC. But yeah, for sure, Disney. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy it because I'm a big Marvel fan.
Would you cancel your Netflix if you could only subscribe to one?
Yeah.
So you would choose Disney Plus over Netflix?
If Netflix doesn't have more Marvel shows,
that's big.
Like I don't really care, to be honest.
You don't find the other stuff on Netflix, interesting? All the
there
originals?
is, like, little tidbits here and there, but, like, for me, I got it because I wanted to see the Marvel TV shows. That was the big draw for me. Well, I mean, I had it for years, but, like, I kept it because of the Marvel TV shows.
Gotcha, yeah.
I was going to cancel a long time ago because they kept pulling movies, and I'm like, there's nothing to watch on this thing.
I saw online an article about how
more and more licenses.
Yeah, I saw an article online about how of the top 250 movies of all time, Netflix only has like 15 or 20 of them. Yeah, it's hard to
back in the day, they used to have so much, but now that everybody's trying to split up
everybody's content, doing their own streaming thing.
It's fucking them over.
Yep, it's crazy. We're eventually going to come full circle and
back to
cable. Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna like, oh, we'll give you this whole package of all the streaming services in one.
I mean, Hulu kind of has that. You subscribe to Hulu, and then you can pay extra for like an HBO package within it.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And other things like that.
Now Disney has the controlling share in Hulu.
Do they really?
Yes. So
I had no idea.
The other two are Comcast and I think AT&T. The other two big media giants. So I don't know if they're gonna buy out the other two parts, but they're still gonna like.
So what would
invest heavily in Hulu? So they'll have Hulu, control of Hulu, and the Disney Plus.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Unless they want to rack it down, the Hulu Plus stuff.
Yeah, I thought they would close it down, but I guess they don't have controlling shares.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like
they do have controlling.
I guess it's kind of like like any other company that diversifies into so they can have competing brands of their own stuff, so that they can sell premium services and lower end services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit the bell for notifications. This weekend, we're probably going to be also hitting up Overlord for sure. Hopefully in Dolby or IMAX.